Yes, we are going to do a Havoc Staff. I'm going to talk Havoc Staff. Sorry, these things are cool. Oh, you know what? I forgot. It glows in the dark. Speaking of glow in the dark, so check this out. Here we go. Yeah. See if I can put this back on without breaking it. It's so fragile. All right, so this should glow. I'm going to turn the light off. Not much of a glow. My other phone's making it. Yeah, not too much. All right, that sucked. But there is something that I do want to share with you guys about Havoc Staffs and this stupid one from the 2000 or whatever, the new adventures is not going to be what I'm going to be using. I'm actually going to be using something a little bit different. I started working on this just a little while ago, and I got to give a little thanks and shout out to Jason Riley. He's a avid collector and flipper. He has a business where he does a lot of resale and stuff like that. But at any rate, check this out. I'm going to make this, as it keeps making sounds, instead of this, which is awesome, really fun little plush Havoc Staff. I'm going to get you. But I wanted something legit. So I started to work on this. I've got a 6 foot tall section of aluminum pipe en route to add this to. So I'm going to make my own Havoc Staff, and I'm going to mount this guy like this and have it on a gimbal system, so that way, if you ever notice when Skeletor has his Havoc Staff and he's pointing, it almost always seems to be looking down, almost, not always, but almost always down, looking at you like this. So whenever I'm holding the Havoc Staff, the head will be mounted like this. So when I stick my hand out and go like this, it'll still be mounted like this, kind of like a camera steady cam. So now, I don't know if this is going to work or not, but this is something interesting that I found out with when sealing this stuff. If you ever decide to do this, not that anybody's really going to be that crazy like I am to try to make this happen, but this stuff I found out, there's Minwax Poly Seal or Poly Cure. This should show up on the camera. I don't know how well you can see that, but I can see it glowing just a little bit natural like that. I didn't plan for that. That was never intended at all. And it is freaking creepy and cool, and I am looking forward to seeing how this turns out in the end. But for now, I don't know how well that showed through. I hope you guys were able to see that. But so what I'm going to do is I am disassembling this sensor in there. So I'm taking out the inner workings of that sensor, and then I'm going to wind up, yes, I'm going to paint it purple. What's up, Jason? I'm going to wind up taking the insides out of this. I'm going to make it look like it was in the cartoon, but as real as possible. So on the thumb, I actually will take these inner workings out. So on the Havoc Staff, I'll actually have it so I don't have to go and recreate or have a little Pi computer or a little MIDI device inside of it. But speaking of that, just as a heads up, these aren't overly expensive, but I don't collect this particular series. I bought this specifically to have the guts. But if anyone happens to have a broken one that's actually the plastic is shredded or you've got some damage to it, the staff is useless, I'd be interested in the guts so I don't have to actually destroy or break this one. Also, here's another fun stuff. They never made a good Havoc Staff. I mean, this Havoc Staff, which ironically came from Jason Boonstra and Kyle Moore, Tashi Station, awesome stuff. The Night Strider I got came from him as well. But this guy here is great. I love it. But this is what we had as a kid. Now, it's cool. It's fun. The smock, which I'm sure some of you chose to try at dawn all by itself. But the Havoc Staff here sucked. There's just no two bones about that. No pun intended with the bones. But it sucked. It was not what I had hoped for. So I'm going to try to make my own, make it work, and have fun with that. So anyway, and also for those of you out there that do collect the new adventures, when I got this, very bizarrely, it had the inner packaging. So it had the plastic wrap, and it had the, I think it had the instructions too, and then it also had the cardboard insert that held this in place. So if anyone is out there is looking for that, I'll send it to you for free. So it's a freebie. I don't want it. I'm not going to really do that line. And I know some people are desperate for to get packaging and inserts and stuff, just like I am. For example, really, as I grab the camera off my janky setup, really want to get the insert for the T-Rex, but as you can see, my box is not in the greatest of condition. He's in there, but there is no insert. So I know inserts are relatively desirable or sought after, and anyway, I'll take care if you need it. That's it, I think, for oh, I did miss one thing. Super 7 mentioned that they were coming out and sending out their materials. I don't think I showed it last time. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. But I got the Sorceress. And I'm super excited. She got a little vinyl cape in there. Her staff is attached to tape to the side. Very cool. Very, very cool. And I did wind up, I don't know why I did this, but apparently I've got 2 sets. So if anybody, which these are easily attained, it's not that hard to find these. You can get them at price. I got an extra set. If someone's looking, hit me up, let me know. I'll give them to you guys at cost. I just rather not be sitting on them for another year like I've said on other stuff. So, all right, that's it for today. Havoc Staff. I don't think I've got anything fun or new coming down the pipeline besides working on that. There is another... there is another project I'm working on for Motu, but yeah, we'll talk to you guys later. Have a great weekend, and happy hunting.